Brooke from College Golf Camps of America. Hope everyone's well. Today we have Coach Kelley Hester from Furman University with us to talk about her fall season and their upcoming spring season. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to talk with us really quick. So going through, talking to you a little bit, going through Golf Week rankings and whatnot, currently you guys are ranked 33rd in the country, I think, or 32, one of those two. And you guys had a pretty darn good fall. You know, you guys won twice and finished second once, I believe. And so maybe take us through the fall really quick on how you guys played and if you guys met expectations from your perspective, or maybe underachieved or overachieved.
Sure. Well, we started our season at Yeamans Hall in South Carolina. The Cougar Classic is a great field, and we positioned ourselves pretty well, but didn't finish well the last day, and managed only an 11th place finish out of a big field of 20-plus teams. But after that, we really only lost to one more team the rest of the semester. We finished second to Missouri at our home tournament, the Lady Paladin, and then managed a win up at Yale and another win to close out our fall at Kiowa, another College of Charleston event. So overall, I'm really pleased. We had a one top returner in Taylor Totlin, who was an All-American last year. And Taylor didn't have a great fall. She was not quite able to capitalize on some of her success from her sophomore campaign, but that left room for two other young ladies, Alice Chin and Haley Harford, who's a freshman. Alice is a sophomore, to really step in, and the three of them together really led our team with about a 73 stroke average each one, and so I was very pleased to have, you know, more like three top players on our team than just one. Although Taylor's performance wasn't quite as strong, the combination of the three really helped our team win those two events and come back after that disappointing start with a good second place finish at our home event. So I'm excited about the spring of 2016, and while I don't think that we underperformed, I think we're probably right where we need to be. I do think our team is capable of competing and winning some tournaments in the spring, and I'm looking forward to moving into that top 25.
Awesome, and so it sounds like you guys played, you know, obviously to your expectations for the spring or for the fall. And talking about your roster really quick, is you got ladies from kind of all over. You obviously got a couple gals from South Carolina, but you got a gal from Washington, New Jersey, Ohio, Florida, New Jersey again, Columbia. And so what's that's, coming to college golf, it's an individual sport, but then you try to create this really closely knit team. Do you find that some years it's easier to do than others, and maybe that's kind of stating the obvious, but maybe what are some things that you do to try and create that unity there?
Well, I think female golfers are a little bit of a breed of their own, and so you're not just an average high school kid when you spend most of your time at the golf course and traveling to play in tournaments. So a lot of our kids have a lot in common, even though they're from different parts of the world or different parts of the United States. At a school like Furman, we're a small liberal arts school with just about 27 or 2,800 students. That alone also attracts a certain type of student. Most of our kids are very strong academically. They like to have fun, but having a great time in college socially was probably not their number one pick. They picked Furman first of all for the academics, and secondly for the golf, and then whatever time you have left over is for your social outlets. But most of our kids are just really good kids that want to work hard and get better at golf. And for us, this is my fourth year at Furman, and we had a pretty tall task in trying to bring a nationally renowned program back into the limelight. And so their common goals are to help do that, and to do it in a way that everybody at Furman would be proud of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so going through your roster, is there anybody in particular on your roster this spring that you're going to be leaning on more than others, or maybe you have a handful of them, maybe there's a couple of them that are on your roster?
Well, Taylor Totlin from New Jersey, who I mentioned earlier, last year was the first All-American at Furman since 2005, and she just really had a great year. And I think came back to school with a lot of pressure, to match what she had done, and learned a valuable lesson in that, you know what, you just have to go out there and play. You can't think about all that. She seems poised for regaining some of that championship form. She won the Southern Conference last year and was the Player of the Year. And I think I'm really looking for her to have a great spring. Our other player from New Jersey, Alice Chen, is a really strong player, and it was fun to see her have a strong fall. I think the sky's the limit for her. And we've got, a pretty young team, just one senior, Valentina Romero, my only international player. In South Carolina, you have to say that she's from Colombia, not Columbia, because our capital obviously is in the city of Columbia. But, Valentina, I know, is going to want to go out on top and is looking to, take this team to a national championship. Last year we went to the regionals for the first time in a while, and I think the girls were not totally mentally prepared for what that was going to look like, but, they'll be back for a second year this year. And I know Valentina's going to want to leave Furman reaching the goals that we had set, and one of those is to definitely make it into the NCAA finals.
Well, that takes us into the spring season. So you guys get rocking and rolling here in a couple of weeks down at Florida State with Coach Bond down there. So what are kind of your expectations for this spring? Are you going to look to start quick, obviously, and maybe take us through some of the places that you're going?
Yeah, we're excited to go back to Tallahassee. We're going to be the defending champions. We played great there last year and beat a lot of teams that were ranked higher than we were, and it just got our spring off to a great start, and so we're excited about that. Then we're fortunate enough to stay in state and go to the Darius Rucker, which is a great tournament. South Carolina hosts it, and Darius does a concert for all the kids. The course that we play, Long Cove, is one of the best not just in the state, but probably one of the best in the United States. Just a great golf course. But it's a tough test, and there'll be a great field. So we hope to go over there and play our behinds off and do well there. Then we'll see. That's our spring break on the front end, and then on the back of the end of spring break, we'll go to Augusta and play in Augusta University's home tournament, where we finished second last year. We'll follow that up with Clemson's inaugural event, which is just right down the street, also in South Carolina, and that'll have a strong field and should prepare us for our Southern Conference Championship in Savannah.
I see. Okay. Awesome. And so you guys obviously put on quite a few miles, although you guys do stay in the southeast for the most part in the spring. Is there anything that you guys do specifically with your team with regards to travel and academics? I mean, do you guys have study table on the road? Do they try to get it done before they leave? Do they get it done when they get back? I mean, is there everything in between?
I would say it's everything in between. Most of our kids are really good students, and so we don't really have to require much from them on the road, but they're constantly having to travel with books and do work when we're on the road. We work closely with our academic advisor to make sure that everything is taken care of before we leave. Occasionally you'll have a test proctored on the road or something like that, which is not uncommon, but we haven't had to do too much of that at Furman with the small class sizes. I think our average class size is 11-to-1. Usually teachers are able to keep tabs on our kids and work with them as needed.
Awesome. Well, we've been told before that being a college golfer is academically as challenging as any sport because you guys travel for so long, 3-4 days at a time or whatever it is, and And so it's interesting to see how you guys keep up on those type of things.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and that's why, it's so important that kids take care of their schoolwork, and that they demonstrate that at the high school level before they're expected to do so at the college level. It's just, they're students first and foremost.
Well, great, Coach. Well, we'll let you go. We know this is a busy time of the year for you, so we appreciate you joining us, and good luck this spring, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay. Thanks so much, Nick.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, Coach. Have a good day.
All right. You too.